Good morning, guys. Right, okay, who's mounted my aeroplane? Oh well, you know what? I'm not moving. And if you are new to VATSIM, just a general good housekeeping rule: if you do spawn in and you've landed on somebody else's aircraft, it's usually polite and kind just to respawn somewhere else if someone was there before you. I'm not moving. We'll just leave it like this. Most of our prep is of course done in the flight deck anyway, where it makes no difference to us, so that's fine. Welcome to this morning's giveaway flight. We're flying, as you can see, from it'll be Keflavik down to Macco Simulations, Birmingham. Just trying to work out why that information is not being currently displayed on the stream. Let me just try and set that up. Oh, there we go. Now that's there. Wonderful. Aviation 20, who's the A320? I have no idea. Bear in mind, of course, that that is just a generic model from flights in 2020, so they could actually be a Cessna. I'm not really sure how. I've not got a VATSIM model matching up all correct just yet, but never mind. So, let me just carry on setting a couple of things up, but other than that, I think we're about to get started. So let me clear the chat off the screen, and let's jump into our rather odd looking aircraft. Oh, look at that. I can see the flight deck and the pilots in front of me of that other one. Let's have a quick look around. Okay, if you are in the chat room, I'm hoping that's none of you guys. Oh, look at the sun there. Wow, that looks amazing. That really does look neat, doesn't it? I like that. Whatever aircraft that is a very pointy nose, don't you think? Certainly not an Airbus 330, not with a pointed nose like that. It's a shame that someone's mounted my aircraft, otherwise that would be a rather beautiful, beautiful view. Good morning to everyone who is in the chat room. And let's get the METAR before we go any further on. We'll pop that in there as well, of course. The operational flight plan for today. So, METAR. So there we go. Few showers in the vicinity. So who's that that's just spawned to the right of us? In the correct place. And by correct, I mean not on top of me. R.I.P. Easyjet. I will live to fight another day. Gabriel, good morning. Operational flight plan then for you guys. Let me grab this for you so you all know where we're heading from to. Sam, you're right. That would have been a beautiful thumbnail for YouTube, and it has just been obliterated by the rude A330 gentleman. I'm being sexist there. Could be a female pilot. We'll not go into female parking though on this chat right now. I've got my warm cup of tea because this office is freezing. The computer hasn't warmed the office up for me just yet. Ah, very nice. Okay, well, that's enough of that. So if any of you have spawned in on gate 11, then do the polite thing. You've also got your sounds like you've got your engines running and your rotating beacon light is on as well. Both things that should not have taken place yet. Alright, well, we'll just pretend that's not there, which is a real shame. Look at the reflection of the sun coming up on the terminal windows. How beautiful. Blasted Kid, was that you to the right? Fair enough. Christian is giving birth not only to an Easyjet baby, but an Easyjet baby. Oh, Nick, was that you? No, I don't think there was anyone there when I joined, was there? Oh, Nick, was that... No, do you know what then, Nick? If you were there prior to me, I apologise, but I didn't see anyone there when I first came in, which is a crying shame. Do you know what? Just because the simulator takes so long to load, though, let's do the setup. I will obviously push back, get out of the way, so we'll ignore that. Oh, Nick, you need to drop me a Discord message if you're going to get there that early and let me know which stand you were on. This is the parking stand that I left my aircraft on last week, parking stand 11. Anyway, let's get the batteries on and get some APU, shall we? Ground services, contact ground, request our power supply. Nick, if you wouldn't mind, mate, that would be absolutely fine. You're not going to miss anything in the time it takes for your sim to load, just because I obviously go through everything in detail here. Ground power unit is on the road. There we go. So let's get the ground power unit is now connected. Let's get our jetway connected as well, and we can start bringing some passengers on board. Christian, is there a tool where you can shift? Really? We need to know more about that. That would save so many loading in and out. So that would be really good. So here comes the jetway. And then we'll start getting some pilots moving, some passengers moving as well. Oh, right. Ideas. And nav and logo lights on. Nick, if that was you, were your engine started and your rotating beacon gone? Dark Fury, we are on VATSIM today, so it's not a Microsoft Flight Simulator server. Get some signs on. There we go. Is the jetway here? Yes, it is. Okay, self-loading cargo passengers. Here we go. Good evening, Kiwi. Good to see you again.
Cabin crew, we're happy to get going now, so as soon as you're ready, open the doors and start letting passengers unload.
In that case, Nick, was your rotating beacon light on? Cloud Chaser, hello my friend. Leonard, good morning. Boxer Steve, good morning. Okay, yes, so if anyone is unaware, today, during the flight, when we get to Birmingham, we will be giving away a free copy of the Macco Simulations Birmingham Airport, which is where we are about to land in about 3 hours time from now. So yeah, stick with us. Stick with us. Okay, so that's the overhead panel all sorted. Let's get the standby increased. And what did I say that the meta was? QNH1008. Did we all enjoy the long haul yesterday? That was a bit panicky coming into Las Vegas, wasn't it? I hate that when air traffic control come online at the last minute and just ruin everything that you've spent the last half an hour planning for. Cloud Chaser, you're saving up. Wonderful. You've just ordered the simulator and you're buying the PC this week. Excellent. You can get on board with us. Good fun. Good fun. Clock and anti-skid all set as well. Pedestal. Cockpit door is currently open. Still switching panel, normal, thrust levers at idle, engine mode, master, gravity, transponder, etc, etc. Okay, barrel reference 1008, 1008 set and cross-checked. We'll set this as well, 1008. There we go. Flight directors 1 and 2 both on. And flight control unit, our clearance for today's departure is 130. There we go. Your dad said he would rather get a PS5 than a... oh, hang on. Whoa. See you later, Nick. Was that you? How... Are you just taxiing back and moving to another stand, or how have you done that? Yorkshire Pud, we are doing live weather. This could be a very messy landing in Birmingham. I'm actually sat in the middle of South Yorkshire, where we've got amber warnings for floods for the next 2 days. So there you go. Something to be aware of. We'll have a look at that before we take off anyway. So flight control unit set. Instrument panel, let's get all this set up as well. Fuel lights. Beautiful. We'll turn up the lights for these as well. Pretty dark in Iceland. You don't get the sun that much during the daytime at the moment for this time of year. IR alignment will be in about 7 minutes. Less than 7 minutes. I believe it takes longer as well the further north you are, and obviously in Iceland we are quite high up. Let's have a look now at the flight management guidance computer and McDo. Let's bring in our SimBrief flight plan into the simulator. Clear the scratch pad. Init press and init crew data. There we go. So departing Keflavik, arriving at Birmingham. 2 hours 23 minutes estimated time en route. And let's just cross-check everything here. So our block fuel for today's flight 5954. We're using -25 again for the fuel factor, guys. So we'll see how we end up, or whether we have to make a quick refueling stop in Scotland. 5954 is loaded, and let's have a look now at our payload. Our payload is 17784, 17784, that is correct, so we can load that. Zero fuel weight 58.8, and the zero fuel weight there 58.78. So yep, that's absolutely fine. Mash, good morning. Okay, so 171 passengers are currently boarding. Let's go down and have a look now at our Init A page. Are the flight crew fighting with the doors again? It sounds like it. Init request, not in database. Clear that again. Init request. There we go. Change the flight number to Echo Zulu Yankee 34 Alpha Mike. There we go. Cost index of 8, cruise level 370, and a cruise temperature of -52. OFP says -55, but we can live with that. They're close enough for this. So that's Init A. We would then need to check our ideas position, which we can have a look at now. Although I believe they're still aligning actually, so we'll not touch that. Have a look at the GPS monitor. There's our position. Make sure that matches up nicely with where we are sat on the ground at Keflavik at the moment. Let's have a look at the flight plan then. So the flight plan today is already been imported for us. We are departing runway 01, and it is the Oscum 3 Alpha departure. Oscum 3 Alpha. There we are. Let's get that inserted. Arriving then at Birmingham. Planned arrival at the moment at Birmingham is ILS runway 33, and that is using the Chase 4 Bravo arrival. And of course, Flight Sim 2020 will take us over the BHX waypoint, or the airport for that. If ATC is online though, they'll probably vector us straight in. Alright, so now that's all loaded in, let's just check. We've got a distance of 950 and a distance on the operational flight plan of 1005. So, oh, that's just gone up a little bit. So there's a discrepancy there of about 40 miles. We'll have to live with that, unfortunately. Okay, so that all looks fine. Let's now move across to our RadNav page and set these up for For what we will need, let's have a look. Good morning, HD. Let's have a look. Let's put the Keflavik VOR in there. KFV. And there we go. Let's see the Keflavik VOR in case we need it for navigation. We'll do our departure briefing once we finish this. So that's a RadNav page set up for what we need. In it, B page, let's have a look at our fuel. So as I said a little bit earlier, we're using minus 25% for the fuel factor. See how that works. Hopefully it will work. There's quite a bit of ocean between us and the UK. Zero fuel weight is 58.8. 58.8. And zero fuel weight center of gravity, standard 30. So the aircraft tells us, if we go to fuel planning now, tells us we need a block fuel of 6. Oh, and we're taking 5.9. Right. That's close, isn't it? Do you know what? I'm going to go with the aircraft then for this one. Let's confirm the block fuel of... how much have we got on there? We've got 5.8. The APU is not running yet. We can get that started in a moment if we didn't want to start it too soon. Do you know what, actually? No, I'm going to go with SimBrief. If anything goes wrong, we'll manipulate the figures en route. Do a direct fuel-to-fuel transfer. Well, let's pop that in and see how the flight goes. T14 is our trip wind. So let's have a look now, the fuel prediction when we land. See, that's 0.9, so nearly a ton of fuel when we get to Birmingham. I imagine that's going to increase just because the fuel burn isn't correct during the climb. So we'll see what that looks like after climbing. Okay, let's move to our takeoff performance page then. Transition altitude here is 7,000 feet. Flaps 1. We will be able to do a flex temp takeoff. There's no contamination on the runways or anything like that. And let me just confirm that. So runway is 01 for departure. Flex temp of 67. V speeds calculated V2 136, VR 132 and V1 131. Ah, HD, well spotted. When pulling in the SimBrief data, it doesn't automatically pop the alternate in all the time, does it? Alright, fair enough. At least we've spotted an issue for the discrepancy. And the alternate, of course, is Manchester. So even if the weather is really bad at Birmingham, where we want to visit the new Macco Simulations Birmingham when we get there, we'll be able to visit the Macco Simulations Manchester. That's quite neat. GPS primary. So what we will do now that that's all working is have a quick look and check that this coding all looks correct for the flight. So that initial departure out to the right looks good. Follow this through all the way down to our teardrop approach as expected. There we go, at Birmingham. Lovely. Okay, so let's run through a departure briefing. So I've already said the weather here, apart from being cold at -1, which I suppose is not actually that cold, is it, for for Iceland in winter. Hang on, do you know what? I'm just going to have a slurp of my tea, excuse me. Captain Sim, thank you for subscribing. Jam and toast tea. Okay, so we've got showers in the vicinity, but nothing too concerning. QNH 1008 -1, the temperature. Flex temp takeoff is permitted. No issues with the aircraft and no problems with the airfield in the NOTAMs, apart from a couple of taxiway closures, but they don't concern us where they're doing some maintenance. let's have a look then at any threats. So the minimum safe altitude after departure for us is 4,000 feet if anything goes wrong. If anything does go wrong after V1 and we've departed, we will return back to Keflavik. The weather's absolutely fine, so no issues there with regards to returning. We're underweight for landing, so that's okay. With regards to the standard instrument departure, we need to maintain our runway heading and no faster than 210 knots before making our first right-hand turn. After then passing the waypoint KF211, which actually if I zoom in here on the navigation display, can you see that? So we've got KF218, no faster than 210 knots, and then KF211, no faster than 230 knots. Then after which we can go back into manage mode for our speed and continue to accelerate away to 250 knots. Do we have any air traffic control online? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So we'll contact them as well. Now for our departure clearance. He says frantically searching for his pen because he's lost it. Okay, so we've just spoken about everything that we're expecting. Let's hope our ATC now don't decide to give us something different. 199.3. 199.3. Try that again. 119.3. What I tend to do is I always just quickly scribble down what I'm expecting them to read me back. That way everything is much easier. So we're expecting the Oscom 3 Alpha. Let's see what they give us.
Good morning, Skyway 1794 with you.
Oh, Sky is 1794, beat me to it.
A320
Service 1794 Keflavik, hello. What's the requested Mach number on cruise?
Easyjetsimpilot requesting outbound clearance through Birmingham.
Yeah, stand by. I'm in the middle of a conversation with another aircraft. Call you back.
Yeah, Nick just heard that.
Sorry, could you just repeat that for Skyway 1794? You're very quiet.
Yeah, sorry, Skyway 1794. What's your requested Mach number on cruise?
Stand by, I'll get back to you on that one.
So we're expecting max of 0.76.
EC1337, same to you. What's your requested Mach number on cruise?
We'll do Mach 0.78, Easy1337.
EC1337, roger that. Stand by, call you back.
What?
There goes. EC1337, have you clear, so you ready to copy?
Roger, we're running copy, Easy1337.
EC1337, you're clear to Birmingham, runway 01, Oscom 3 Alpha departure, direct Ratsu, climb fast speed level 290, Mach decimal 78, squawk 3227.
Easy1337 cleared by the Oscom 3 Alpha departure. Oscom transition clear direct Ratsu. Top altitude 290, Mach 0.78, squawk 3227.
EC1337, read back correct information. Charlie Valley, call me for push and start.
Off push and start.
So our Macco cruise will be 0.78. Kevin, good morning. Easy34 Alpha Mike requesting IFR clearance as planned to Birmingham Type A320 Neo, and we have the current QNH 1008.
Good morning, Easy34 Alpha Mike, Keflavik. What's your requested mark number on cruise?
Requested mark is 0.78. Easy34 Alpha Mike.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, roger that. You are cleared to destination Birmingham, runway 01, Oscar 3 Alpha departure, direct Ratsu, canvas seat level 290, mark decimal 78, stroke 3473.
Cleared via the Ascom 3 Alpha departure, runway 01, initial climb 290 and squawk 3473, Easy34 Alpha Mike.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, read that correctly from Mr. Charlie Valley, comment for push and start.
We'll call push and start and speak to you soon, Easy34 Alpha Mike. Alright, so quick change of that. Get the squawk in the transponder. 3473. So nothing has changed following the ATC.
But Canvas 1794, would you like the weather or do you have the latest?
Just going to double check actually the weather here in Flight Simulator because it may differ slightly from VATSIM.
Yeah, can you give me the latest? I just want to double check it and cross reference.
So we'll just wait for that to come through.
Skywest 1794, weather information Reykjavik, time 1100 Zulu, wind 010 degrees 21 knots, visibility more than 10 kilometers, cloud view 3500, broken 7500, temperature 0, dew point -4, QNH 1007.
And we'll get going as soon as possible. Once again, thank you for choosing Easyjet and we'll enjoy the flight today. Okay, that's all good.
Exactly what I've got on my weather spec. Brilliant, thanks very much.
Excellent, and are you ready to copy clearance?
Affirm.
Okay, so once he's done that, we'll get our pushback clearance as well.
I'll call you back.
Keflavik Easy34 Alpha Mike is ready for pushback.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, push and start approved, QNH 1008.
Pushback approved, 1008 the QNH Easy34 Alpha Mike.
Skywest 1794, just before everything, for me you're on the runway 31 right now. I don't know if you have some special scenery or are you on the runway?
Yeah, I was actually, because of VFX and it's fantastic programming, it pushed me onto the runway, so I was going to taxi down through there and cross 01 and go round. Alright,
Skywest 1794, do you have your engine?
Okay, so our cockpit preparation is complete.
Alright,
Signs are all
or you
on.
can taxi and line up runway 01 by
Ideas
backtrack and
are on nav. And our fuel is all checked and balanced. Flight management guidance system is set. Altimeter set and cross-checked both sides. Transponder is now on auto. There we go. Thrust levers to idle. And we shall start the pushback.
Seabird 464 Charlie. Let's see, push and start approved. And just caution EasyJet on your right pushing as well.
Here he comes.
No problem, got the easy, Seabird 464.
That's you, isn't it, Nick? Okay. Before I start, checklist, windows and doors all closed. Rotating beacon light is on. Parking brake is now off.
Push start, approved, and what do you say it's for the second
We should be on our way. Starting engine 1.
QNH 1008.
Engine mode
We
selector.
have QNH 1008,
Ignition.
easy 1327.
Engine 1 started. Oh, APU bleed wasn't on. Should we try that again?
Air response 94, I sent your private message with a new waypoint verified and I advise if you're able to accept that.
Yeah, I was just putting yes on speed, so I can accept that.
Just watching this pushback tug
Alright,
then,
copy
make
that.
sure we can try and get aligned with the taxiway as near as we can.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the crew I ask that you please direct your attention to the monitors as we review the emergency procedures. There are 6 emergency exits on the aircraft. Take a minute to locate the one closest to you and note that it may be behind you. Count the number of rows to the exit.
I think that's
Should the cabin
probably
experience pressure loss, stay calm and listen for
a
instructions
good enough
from the cabin
pushback
crew.
from the pushback tug,
Oxygen
so we
masks will drop
can
down from above
hold
your
that
seat.
there.
Place the mask over your mouth and nose like this, and pull the strap to tighten it. If you are
I will
traveling with children, make sure
do
you
a
put
dual
the
engine
mask
taxi
on
as
first
well.
before helping others. In the unlikely event of an emergency
Engine
landing
1
and evacuation, leave
stabilised.
your carry-on luggage and items behind.
Starting
Lighter
engine
rafts
2.
are located below your seats and emergency lighting in the floors will lead you to the closest exit. We ask that you make sure that all carry-on luggage is stowed away safely.
Oh, pushback tug.
While
Well,
we wait for takeoff, please take a moment to review the safety procedures on the card in the pocket in front of you. Thank
you know what I
for
miss?
your attention
I
and
miss.
support.
What was the name of the add-on you
were
could
able
get
to accept
for
the
FSX that
waypoint,
give you very good
Hey,
pushbacks?
sorry, I just put it in yes on speed as I was taxiing. Sorry about that. That's why Mr. Lane's getting back to you. Sorry about that.
Okay, so I'll discuss a little bit more about the giveaway once we're airborne.
No problem, stand by, call you back.
So just waiting for engine 2 to start. GSX, that's the one. I do miss that. That needs to come. As good as everything else is, I've not found anything that's close to that just yet. Although it did absolutely rack my frame rates down. Engine 2 is
Okay,
now
with
stabilised.
1794, you are cleared to destination.
So engine mode selector is
Upwind, runway 01,
back to
Echo Lima
normal.
1 departure
APU bleed is
direct
off.
to Metil, Baki, Victor Mike, 61.
We will have engine anti-ice on. It's cold and
level 290,
of course
mark
we've got
decimal
moisture and
75,
clouds above us, so
4125.
that's fine. APU master is off. Ground spoilers armed. Rudder trim. Ensuring that is 0. Pitch trim.
Oh, no problem at all. It's just as you have filed after Echo Lima, direct Metil,
29
direct
decimal,
Baki,
29.8.
Victor Mike,
Let me just check that.
direct 6116 north.
And that will give us a pitch trim of down 2. Flaps 1. Ecam status is good. We will be clear to disconnect. After start checklist, anti-ice is on. Ecam status is checked. Pitch trim set, rudder trim set. Pushback clear, let's get our taxi clearance.
Skywest 1794, readback is fully correct. Wind 010 is 21 knots, runway 01, clear takeoff, report airborne.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike is ready for taxi.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, taxi, hold point runway 01, November, Echo, cross runway 28 is approved. If possible, keep up the speed as I have 2 aircraft behind you for the same destination.
Taxi holding point runway 01 via November Echo, clear to cross runway 28, Easy 34 Alpha Mike.
Speedbird 464 Charlie, requesting taxi.
Okay, let's get out your guys' way so you can head to Birmingham with us.
01, November, Echo, cross runway 28 is approved.
Speedbird 464.
So, high-speed taxi is approved. No faster than 30 knots, however.
Speedbird 464.
Let's just get back on this taxiway then. Taxi lights on. Parking brake off. And we can do a brake check as well.
Easy1337, ready for taxi.
Easy1337 for
do a
now,
quick
hold
brake check.
position. When this British Airways A320neo has passed you on
Oh, that's
November,
fine.
then follow him to hold for runway 01, cross runway 28 is approved.
And then we've got some other
Position
checklists
after
to
the,
run through as
speed
well
burn,
in a moment.
Follow and runway 28 right. So Easy1337.
Just waiting for my Navigraph charts to load up actually, so this is a good time to have a look. Check our flight controls in a moment as well. However, whilst we're taxiing in a straight line, we're okay. And
Airways 1794.
we can pop the weather radar
Yeah, a
on.
good thing to do when before departing is to do the before takeoff check it and thereby do set in the squawk code as well. Set squawk 4125.
I knew there was something I forgot. 4125, Airways 1794.
Auto brake to max. Cabin crew. TO config.
Skyways 17, Christmas Skyways 1794, config radar contact. Proceed direct Victor Mike, high speed approved.
Direct Victor Mike, high speed approved, Airways 1794.
So we take this right hand turn in a moment, and that's on to Echo. Then all the way down to holding point for our takeoff runway 01. So just while we're taxiing down here, let's just quickly go through our departure briefing. Flex takeoff departure, initial climb out 290. Minimum safe altitude 4,000 feet. If anything goes wrong, we will be returning to the airfield. Maximum speed prior to our right hand turn is 210 knots. After that at KF211 is 230 knots. And of course, if anything goes wrong, we will be returning back here.
Cabin crew, seat for takeoff, please.
MASH, the idea is to memorize most of it and then check through it with the checklist. I'm not quite there yet though. I'm not that good. Whoa! There's a bit of a bump in the taxiway there for anyone that's taxiing behind me. So we will run the before takeoff checklist to the line in a moment. We know we still have not yet checked our flight controls.
Approach, good day, Austrian 9470, information Charlie.
Oh, HD, that's paperwork.
Austrian 9470, Catholic hello, set squawk 4112.
Oh, and there's another bump.
Austrian 9470.
And another one.
Austrian 9469, descending through 2804160, information Charlie, and company traffic is inside.
I have actually got the mod on here, which is meant to have eradicated these bumps. Clearly not all of them.
4117, Austrian 9469.
Boxer Steve, the bumps are just because of the scenery from Microsoft Flight Simulator and the way it's been rendered.
Australia 9470, confirm squawk 4112.
sorry, 411 just 9470.
Digital flight deck, is that right? Was it worse before this little mod? Okay, so I'm going to hold here and just complete some checks.
What's the row or indicator airspeed?
Okay, so flight control check, full left, full right,
Indicated
neutral,
310
full
knots,
up,
9470.
full down, neutral, full
Thank
rudder
you,
right,
break. Go
full left, neutral.
0946,
Before takeoff checklist to the line, flight controls check, briefing, we've confirmed flaps setting,
280
config
left,
1,
9469.
FMA, so brakes, max blue, climb blue, nav blue, flight directors 1 and 2 on, V speeds V1 131, V2 136.
9470.
Transponder is now set. Ecam memo, no blue.
EC34 Alpha Mike, wind 010 degrees 1 knots, runway 01, clear takeoff.
Clear takeoff, runway 01, and will just be another minute or so. 34 Alpha Mike. Brake temperatures are fine, brake fans are off. We've got the lineup clearance and the takeoff clearance. The approach path is clear. So let's continue to configure for the takeoff. Lights on. Takeoff lights on. Runway lights on. Strobe lights are on. Engine mode selector as required. Transponder is TCAS on. TARA. Anti-ice is on. Pax will now come off. Cabin secured for takeoff. Engine mode selection is required. TCAS, PAX, anti-ice as required. Okay, let's get ready for our takeoff. And given the flex temp we've calculated, we're using the full length of the runway, so we will make sure that we'll line up right at the end of the runway and not short of it.
Have a good day, 11794.
Speedbird 464 Charlie behind the departing Easyjet, line up runway 01.
Behind the departing Easyjet, Speedbird 464.
That's Nick behind us. Okay then, so start the chrono. 50% N1 and set flex temp.
470.
9469, what's your indicator?
280 reducing to 70, 9469.
Man flex, SRS on runway, 100 knots.
Thank you, keep speed 260.
Didn't want to find the flex gate then, did it?
260,
V1 and rotate.
Gear up.
That was quite windy on departure. A good strong headwind though. Flaps 0. And the auto throttle is not holding that 210 knots that we were hoping for. But then we weren't in the climb gate, were we? So that will now roll back. Now it will hold 210 knots.
EC34 Alpha Mike, Captain Vic identified. Turn right, direct Oscum, high speed approved.
Turn right, direct Oscum, high speed approved. EC34 Alpha Mike. Okay, so now we've actually got rid of those speed constraints. We can just enter manage mode. We can also set standard pressure.
Austrian 9469, proceed direct Exxon.
Direct Exxon 9469 and direct Exxon Austrian 9469.
Speedbird 464 Charlie, wind 010 degrees 1 knots, runway 01, clear takeoff.
Clear takeoff, Speedbird 464 Charlie.
Easy 1337 behind the departing
Get those
Speedbird, line
packs
up
back
runway
on.
01.
On the departing British Airways, line up and wait, Speedbird 1337.
Austria 9470, descend 7,000 feet, QNH 1008.
Descending 7000, QNH 1008, Austin 9470.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Birmingham. The local time is 11:44.
We're not at Birmingham yet. We're not at Birmingham yet, self-loading cargo. Ignore that.
7,000 feet, QNH 1008.
Autopilot 1 engaged.
7108, Austrian 9469.
Please remain seated until the aircraft arrives at the gate. You are reminded to keep all electronic devices switched off until you have entered the airport terminal.
And we're about to pass 10,000 feet and get the lights off. Okay, we'll review that departure as well in a moment because that didn't go as smoothly as I would have liked. Yeah, because normally when you when we take off, we normally get a nice high bank on the flight director. That didn't seem to happen this time, which then caused the aircraft to accelerate way past the 210 knots marker, which is what we were hoping for. But here's a question, HD.
Speedbird 464.
The auto thrust, does that only work when you're in the CL detent?
I have to arriving traffic.
Because it obviously busted the 210 knots that we were hoping to maintain until we got the clearance from ATC that there was no speed restrictions. HD, you don't like paperwork. Following that, let's hope everything else goes smoothly. Certainly not the best takeoff in the world. Let's hope the landing is better. Okay, so with that, let's just continue to review a few things. We can now release the cabin crew. They can start getting prepped for doing what they want to do. Barrow reference is already at standard. Anti-ice is now off. Weather radar we can keep on for the time being.
Easy 1337, after departure, fly runway heading, wind 1, correction 010 degrees 1 knots, runway 01, clear takeoff.
Passing 10,000 feet, the seatbelt still on at the moment.
Speedbird 13, correction, easy 1337, fly runway
And
heading,
ECAM memo.
clear takeoff, runway 1.
It's fine, we can turn off the no portable devices. Seatbelt's still on. Anti-ice can come off. And let's see what our optimum is 390, recommended max 390, so we could go higher if need be. Our actual planned cruise level today is flight level 370. However, 370 is plenty high enough. I don't think we need to concern ourselves with any higher than that. HD, I think we need to discuss that sort of takeoff in detail. I shall, as you say, I shall chat with you on the ground, I think, about that. A couple of things we can do, so next time we're better prepared, and we can chat through it as well. Okay, I think we can release the passengers as well. All is looking quite good. Weather radar's looking pretty clear as well. We're now above that ground layer anyway.
9470, descend 3,500 feet.
Descending 3,500 feet, Austin 9470.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Christian, a lot of that I think also depends on your weight. So, yeah, 15 degrees or so.
please note that we do recommend you fasten your seat belts at all times when you are seated in case of turbulence. Thank you.
Oh, HD, I'm going to need a bigger helmet. Captain Aviation, how do I not have frame rate drops when I'm using the Fly Live Studio? I don't know, is the honest answer. In fact, what I should do is turn these off. That always gives you some frame rates back. Now, Eurocontrol West is online. Do they cover as far north as this?
Descend 3005.
Let's have a quick look.
946 manner.
Austria 946, 9 speed 240 knots or less.
240 or less, Austria 946 manner.
Flipping heck. Scotland. Scottish controls online.
Easy 1337,
That never happens.
Identified, turn right direct Oskum, high speed approved.
Right direct to Oskum, high speed approved.
Aviator, you can actually look, your computer tells you how many miles away. If you go down to the flight plan, just down here, we are currently 963 miles away.
ET34 Alpha Mike, you're about to leave airspace, Reykjavik stop 5 on Unicom 122, decimate, yeah.
Over to Unicom now. Thanks for your help this morning. Easy34 Alpha Mike. Bye-bye.
Bye.
HD, I'll check that in a moment for you. Let's continue our climb now up to 370.
Austrian 9470, via deck, some transition.
So what was the thrust reduction at, HD, how do we go back? We're obviously in the climb mode now. Is it possible to go back and check that out? If so, let me know how you should be able to do. Oh, hang on, you're not talking about those options, are you, HD? Whereabouts is it? Which options, HD? Give us a button by button click for that. It may also be something that's the way the simulator works. Once you've passed a certain phase, it won't let you head back in. Good morning, Gabriel. Go on, let's have a look where we can change the default settings. Acceleration altitude 1000, is that correct, or should it be 1500? In fact, you can't control the thrust reduction altitude, that is set at 1500, as you can see. That's greyed out, unless that's greyed out because we're now in flight and not on the ground.
Austria 946, 9 no speed restriction, VADEX and transition, K-Line to approach runway 01, report established.
Well, after all that, my tea's gone cold.
Report established.
Speed 464 Charlie, you're about to leave airspace, Reykjavik is up, time on Unicom 122, decimate, have a good one.
Over to Unicom 122.8, thanks for your help today, thank you, Speedway 464.
That's a good idea, HD. You can quickly rewind, because obviously on the perf page that will have been there, won't it? Snow-capped mountain tops of Iceland, how beautiful. You'd like a coffee? So would I. Well, I've got one, but not a warm one. Let's dish the coffee out, shall we?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to serve our drink selection, including tea, coffee and cold beverages. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position and clear any items from the aisle. As this is a paid-for service, please consider tipping your cabin crew with stickers and super chats.
Oh, no sugars available on this flight, J-Hog. I've only got sweeteners. Will that do for you? So just continue to monitor this climb up to 370. Captain Sim, the banner thing on the top is from Fly Live Studios, only used for streaming, not available in the sim. So the information that that's giving you, I can't actually see. That's yeah, so that's purely used for a streaming. It's a streaming tool. J-Hog, I'm not saying that at all, but anything I can do to help keep you healthy. Oh, HD, thank you for confirming that. Does that mean I get at least one ruler slap less today? Nick, you still have the landing gear down. Well, that will burn off some of the extra fuel that we always seem to carry with us in this aircraft. Yeah, HD, we'll definitely have a good chat about that, I think. Ah, but is the rule still in place if I did check it and still couldn't edit it? I dare you to do your worst landing in like a Ryanair. Well, got plenty of those. Okay, guys, so the way that this giveaway is going to work for Macco Simulations, when we get to Birmingham, before we finish the stream, we are going to give away one copy of Macco Simulations Birmingham, recently released. I believe it was released on Friday. So all you need to do is make sure you're with me at landing. Be with us for the landing, and you're in with a chance of winning that. Winner, of course, selected randomly.
Easy 13.7 to reverse, I hand off, or are we still in your airspace?
Easy 1337, sorry, forget about you. You come on and go on to do that, so might have a good day.
We should probably do the same, actually. There we go. So we're now on Unicom, still passing flight level 340. See you soon, J-Hog. HD, it'd be funny if you won. You're quite right, I don't get to pick, of course. It will be done completely at random. You could just save it, HD, for when you do get the simulator. You know a time's going to be coming. Okay, 2,000 feet to go, and then we're at our cruise. Once we get to our cruise, of course, I will do the usual. Go and get myself a warm cup of tea. And then I will be with you in the chat room. Macco Simulations, good morning. So, Macco Simulations in the chat with us now. Responsible for the scenery at Birmingham, which we are giving away today, and of course landing at. However, I do believe, Macco, the one that I have was downloaded this morning. So, actually it was downloaded from the website. So, depending on which edition that is on there, we should have the latest one. HD, I need to do a prize competition for top of the range PC. Right, well, if anyone can arrange that, we'll do what we can. I'm not sure I have much pull over the powers that be that sell top of the range PCs. So we're looking forward to this this giveaway. I'll also tell you how to enter. It's very, very simple. All you need to do at the moment is be with us in on the approach and landing at Birmingham. Macco simulations, you were clearly working very, very late. Okay, so now we're at the top of the climb. Let's just cycle through the ecam pages, make sure there's nothing untoward going off just there. We'll also then check our fuel out as well, using this fuel factor of -25. Oh, good lord. I know the electric page is off somewhat and not quite accurate. However, at the moment, battery 1 is off, battery 2 is off, generator 1 is off, and generator 2 is off. If that is to be believed. It is, of course, not to be believed. Okay, hydraulics not yet modelled. Fuel flow, 28 kilograms per minute. That's good. 5 tons of fuel. APU is off. Temperatures are fine. Wheels, 0 degrees. Flight controls, all good as well. Okay. Let's have a look how we're doing. So we're now headed direct Ratsu, which is 280 miles away. Let's have a look and see how we're doing. So we hit the top of climb about 3 or 4 minutes early. When we reach the top of the climb, we should have 4.2 tons or close to 4.3 tons left. We've got 5, so that is still good at the moment. We will do a check when we get to Ratsu in about 36 minutes time, which would have us there potentially a couple of minutes behind schedule. However, there's a small tailwind, so we'll probably make that up. Let's just have a look at our fuel predictor when we get to Birmingham. It's saying estimated fuel on board, half a ton left. Oh lordy. Yeah, HD, that's exactly what I've just checked. We've got half a ton, so it's clearly burnt some off during the climb. That's below the company minimums, right? Oh well. Do you know, we know that's going to increase. We know that's going to increase. Really, is the estimated fuel on board working? Dear God, I hope not. Oh, hang on, it has just gone up to 0. It's flicking between half a ton and 0.6, so we shall see. We shall see. HD, remind me, what's the company normal reserves? Is it 1.7, something like that? I need a refresh. Thank you for the top of the descent video. You are most welcome. So around 2 tons for the normal company reserve. Okay, Nick, you've got 0.4. What did you use? So I used minus 0.25. I was going for broke today. See what happened. We might have to stick with minus 20. We'll make it up. I know we'll make it up. I'm not completely worried yet. Okay guys, I am going to go and grab myself a nice warm cup of coffee. Oh, because I've just spilt the rest of it all over the desk. Oh, that's the pedestal sparking. Never mind. A couple of towels, we'll sort it. Okay guys, I'm coming off the microphone. I of course will be with you back on the microphone for our descent into Birmingham and for the giveaway of Macco Simulations Birmingham Airport when we get there on the ground. I will be with you in the chat room for the rest of the flight. So I shall try and get our minimum fuel remaining to 1.3, and then there's no purple wake during our debrief with HD. Alright guys, I shall be back with you in the chat room in a little bit, once I've just cleaned this mess up and got myself a warm drink. Speak to you soon. Okay guys, so I'm back with you for the descent. I'm coming in a little bit earlier than I had planned just because the winds are changing at Birmingham, so that means we need to have a look at the runways and our approach. We are not going to be doing what I had originally planned of runway 33 given that the winds have changed, so we're now coming in to runway 15, is it? Yep, runway 15. With that, I've just tried to program the McDo. Something, of course, is not going quite as planned. However, basically, we can continue everything as we were doing in terms of our top of descent. That's absolutely fine. So what we will be doing is still going to chase as it is, and then it's going to be an arrival, as I say, on runway 15. So I'll brief that in a moment. Top of descent is still about 60 miles from the Mike Charlie Tango VOR. Now the actual star for this will be I think it's the Chase 3 Fox, which then adds in a waypoint not familiar with, and I can't actually see it on the charts. Yeah, so I can't actually see that on the charts with the routing. Climo, thank you very much for your donation, as well to you, Nick. Eastbirds Lee, sorry. They were coming through while I was sorting out the new planned arrival. So we're currently just a couple of miles, just over Glasgow, I think, at the moment, the Glasgow VOR. So we'll start our descent shortly. So here's the plan. We will still be at 20,000 feet via Manchester, and we want to be 9,000 feet by Chase. Now let's just go through and have a look what the plan looks like. So Birmingham is the the waypoint that I'm trying to delete to clean up the flight management guidance system. Unfortunately, it's not letting me. So we're currently direct to Navzo. With then, let me just zoom out a little bit. So Navzo, Bemby, Dean Cross, Lakey, and then from here, Vabem, it wants to take us to Birmingham. After Birmingham, that's when we go back to Manchester. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go direct to the Mike Charlie Tango, just to keep that in line at this point. Then Vega, and then we've got the user point, which will bring us around for... It says it's going to bring us around for a landing. What I would like to do is we will just come straight in on runway 15. Now, I don't believe at the moment we've still got any air traffic control for Birmingham online, and we've no centre control, so we will currently be vectoring ourselves in for that. Given that Honolly is Chase isn't that far away from the ILS for runway 15. I'm trying to have a look actually on the chart. It's not actually there on the localized DME chart, which is a shame. So if need be, we may have to fly the full published approach. Which essentially brings us over the airfield, and then we make we're essentially coming as though we were going to land on runway 33. We then make a teardrop approach, spin us around and land on runway 15, as hopefully you can see there on the navigation display. It would be nice to go direct to Charlie Fox 15, and then we can just intercept the ILS. Let me just pop in after Vega. Again, we need to pop in. I don't know why some of these waypoints aren't in the navigation computer, but never mind. So let's pop chase back in there because that's now missing. Oops. Erase that. Scroll down. Let's pop this in and then we need to start the descent. Waypoint chase. Of course, this would be a lot easier if things worked as expected. There we go. So chase is actually 26 miles away. So let's insert that. Okay, we will fly the published approach then. On this occasion, we will fly the full published approach because we need to be at 9,000 feet by chase. Alright, let's have a look then at our arrival, which has changed a little bit. So our arrival briefing, my word, that weather radar looks a mess, doesn't it? So we're still aiming to be at flight level 200 by the Mike Charlie Tango VOR. We then continue our descent to chase to be at 9,000 feet by the chase waypoint. We will then fly the approach path, which is past the airfield, so we fly south of the airfield. Then we turn back north, fly over the airfield and come in for a landing on runway 15, given the change in the winds. The descent height is minimum descent height is 503. Minimum safe altitude is 2,500 feet. And the missed approach, should anything go wrong, we climb up to 1,000 feet and then make a right turn to heading 166 degrees after passing 1,000 feet and continue the climb to 3,000 feet. At which point we then would get ATC to vector us, but we would just vector ourselves back in. So sorry, I'm not paying much attention to the chat at the moment, just trying to sort out this change in our approach. Once again, it was all neatly mapped out until we checked the latest weathers. But the weather moving, if we'd have carried on with 3-3, then we'd have got a tailwind and a crosswind, which is a bit strong. I'd rather have a headwind than a crosswind. Let's just get the latest weather, we'll punch that in, and then we should be getting ready to start our descent. How much fuel we got on board? 2.3 tons. Fuel predicted when we land, estimated fuel on board 1.3. Oh, HD will be happy, no paperwork. Okay, let's get our final weather check then for this. So we have got, yeah, the winds are moving around more and more from the south, so we're making the right decision. So winds are now 210 at 11. Temperature is 10, QNH 1000, and transition altitude 6,000 feet. So let's get all this plumbed into the approach page. QNH 1000, temperature 10, winds 210 at 11, and transition altitude 6,000 feet. Minimum descent altitude is 503. Lovely, that's all sorted.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight anchors light, we'll be starting our descent to our destination, at which point the captain will start preparing the aircraft for our arrival, so if you can make sure the hands are getting there on any baggage. The seatbelt signs will also shortly be laid on, so if you do need to use the toilets, please do so now, or if we pop those on for your safety. Thank you very much for your cooperation, and we'll speak to you again soon.
Okay, so if you just have a quick look at the VFR map, it's a little bit easier to explain how we're going to make this approach. So, once passing Vameb, then we should loop around over to Birmingham. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to continue to go direct to the Mike Charlie Tango, which is Manchester Airport, as you can see just there, Echo Golf Charlie Charlie. We will then go down to Vega. We will then continue down to Chase. We want to be at 9,000 feet as we head towards Chase. We will then follow the loop around just here. Chase is not actually in the right place in the flight management computer. It should come after Vega. Let's see if we can just tidy that up a little bit. Mike Charlie Tango, Vega. Oh, Chase is there, but then it also... Oh, it will have us going direct Chase, but it just doesn't. It wants us to make that looped approach, so that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so hopefully you know what we're doing. We're about to hit 60 miles away from Manchester, which was our top of descent. Hope everyone that's flying with me has been scribbling stuff down, because and that your approach path looks like mine. The star in use now, in case you missed that, is the Chase 3 Fox approach. So, down we go to flight level 220, and we've got some winds battering us, and my scroll wheel is also messing around. 220. Let's pull that, and vertical speed of around 1,600 feet per minute, and we can also slow the aircraft down as well. HD, welcome back. I notice you arrived after we've just had to change our runway approach. Thanks for that. Nick, yes, we are going to continue to go direct the Mike Charlie Tango VOR. Estimated fuel on board, HD, you're going to be very pleased. It's 1.3. Let me clear the chat so you guys can see what's happening a little bit more clearly. Turn down the weather radar, and we'll get those de-icing on as well. Click, click, click. Dockers, have I done any approaches where we were using the track FPA was necessary? We had one planned for yesterday, and then air traffic control came online and screwed it up. So, no, we've not. We've still not got any air traffic control at Birmingham. So hopefully, best laid plans and all that. Yeah, that is a bug. We should be able to select our knot speed whenever we wish. So those of you guys that are flying with me, we are going to fly the full published approach, which means literally circling almost past the airfield to come back and land at it again, and that's fine. The only reason we're doing that is because we need to be at a mandatory height. Without any air traffic control, we need to be at 9,000 feet by Chase, which leaves us a little bit too high to make a straight-in approach. So we have to fly the published approach for that. So what I'm going to do now is we are direct VAMEB. Here I'm now going to go direct to the Mike Charlie Tango because I can't seem to delete Begum. So let's go direct Mike Charlie Tango. There it is. And hopefully that will work. 53 miles away from the Mike Charlie Tango VOR. And there it is. We've still got the green line from Begum. We'll just ignore that. HD, I'm not side slipping it. I've not practiced that. You know what the rudder's like in this thing. Which pilot was it that did that when they had lost, I don't know if they'd lost engines or lost fuel, he had to side slip it down? An ex-Navy pilot somewhere in America or Canada. He did that to lose the speed and altitude at the same time. That was a gutsy move. Oh, the RNAV approach into Innsbruck is wonderful. Ex-Air Force Canadian. Thank you, HD. The Gimme... Was that the Gimme Glider? Couldn't remember which one it was. I knew it was USA or Canada. We've also got the Hanley VOR in our RadNav box. Yep, anti-ice is on as we descend through the clouds, that's right. Just past flight level 300 and 40 miles from Manchester. Blasted kid, you've got homeschool in 50 minutes. I see. Oh, I didn't know he was a glider pilot as well. I do recall actually he knew the base. Was that a base? Was it not on the charts as well? He just knew about it because he trained there. Have I made that up? Okay, well, this weather looks a bit naff. Let's get the passengers in their seatbelts nice and early.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelts as soon as possible. Thank you.
That's right. They'd loaded the incorrect fuel because they used the wrong units, didn't they? Dope. Oh, thanks HD. I've not made that up. He knew it because he used to train there. Crazy though. It's one thing talking about it and maybe pretending to do it in the sim, but in real life as well. Wow. I'm getting concerned now, guys. The sim's just stopped. Oh, hang on. Are we moving again? Oh no, we're moving again. That's good. Husky, good morning from, is it Montreal? Apologies if I got that wrong. Minus 13, ouch. $30 miles from Manchester, flight level 265. Yep, you came across the waypoint Borat. I think the Americans have got some wonderful ones. Once we get on the ground, guys, we'll look at doing that giveaway. I'll also tell you how to enter as well. Isn't that the case with most glider pilots? You only usually get one chance at landing. So our descent preparation, we've got the weather and the landing info, the flight management guidance system is all prepared. The landing elevation as well at Birmingham runway 15 is 303 feet. Given the winds that we've got, we'll also probably set an auto brake of low just to get us down and stop in case of a long landing. The arrival briefing, we've gone through that. And once we pass Manchester, we'll continue our descent down to flight level 090. Transition altitude 6,000 feet. Not much to look at outside again now, guys, as we fly through this. I bet this is wrecking the paintwork of my aircraft. I bet it's all iced up. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Oh, that's surprising. East Birdsley, I've not seen that one. I have seen one with regards to Donald Trump. If I can find that, I'll pop it in the Discord. 14 miles from Manchester, flight level 225. So we're looking all right at the minute. Yeah, HD, that's basically why we changed runways. We were planning for runway 33 upon departure. However, the winds have changed. They've moved around more southerly, and I fancied a crosswind slash headwind rather than a crosswind slash tailwind. Let's hope on landing we don't wreck Macco Simulation's lovely airfield. Okay, let's continue that descent down now. To pass Manchester, 20,000 feet. And we can continue down now to 9,000 feet. And we want to be at 9,000 feet by Chase waypoint. Taft gusting to 28 knots. That will be Storm Christoph, that's coming in. Storm Christoph. Calum JH, hello. Thank you for joining us. Just in time for the giveaway when we land. Sam C, who needs Autoland? Well, Autoland can do the crosswind landing far better than I can. Let's get the standby all set up. 1000. QNH. Our platform altitude is now 2,500 feet. Darth Duck, Tranquil Breeze, Pete, hello. Pete, I have no idea. You could be correct. I am not au fait with that local area, I'm afraid. I know the name of waypoints. I don't know who gets to do it, but I know one of them was named after one of the guys in charge, wife. Anyone heard of the waypoint Margot here in the UK? Just checking, we've still no controllers online at Birmingham. At this point, I kind of see that as a good thing. So I'm 11 miles outside of Vega. didn't think we'd get a beautiful scenic approach though today. Not with the weather as it is. Darth Duck, yes, did see that. Waypoint Margot was avoided every flight by him, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure it was a pilot. I think it was one of the... it'll be someone that works for Nats, won't it? Really wish the engines would maintain idle thrust while on the descent. They keep spooling up. Let's also be aware, if you are flying with me, or if you're just watching, the aircraft is prone to taking us to the runway threshold. So if that happens, remember to pull that heading book and continue your approach using your selected heading mode. HD, does that happen then even though you've set your target speed? Unfortunately, open descent also drops us at about 4,000 feet per minute. So then we'd be travelling at 9,000 feet for the next 30-40 miles. We'll get rid of the VFR map for you, so you can see everything that's happening.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, we're now descending towards our destination. There's no delays ahead of us, so we should have you on the ground very shortly. If you could please assist the cabin crew by passing the technology you may have as they come around. And for your safety, please make sure your seatbelts are fastened, the electronic devices are switched off or plugged into airplane mode, and the aircraft twirls will also be out of use. I hope you've enjoyed the flight, and we'll have you now on the ground safely shortly.
Okay guys, so what I'm going to do, obviously we've got a couple of people behind me that are spaced out. Once we get on the ground, we'll do the giveaway for Macco Simulation's new Birmingham airport release, and we'll also have a quick look around the airfield using the drone cam as well, which will be nice. $11,000 feet. Apparently someone's got an open mic on Unicom. I can't hear it or see it. Neither can Shamrock 5892 or Easy 585 Echo Charlie. It might be them. There's 10,000 feet about to pass. Let's get those landing lights on. And our seatbelts are on. Approach checklist. Minimums set. Minimum descent altitude 503. Engine mode selector as required, and our electronic flight bag is here. Oh, I heard that, whoever that was transmitting. So we'll maintain speed of 250 knots until we start to look to circle for our landing. Actually guys, do you know what? how far are we away from Birmingham? 22 miles away. So yeah, we're doing this properly without air traffic control, flying the published approach. What would happen now if air traffic control was online? They would tell us probably to have descended to a lower altitude so we could fly straight in. Sam C, do the teardrop approaches actually exist? Yes, they do. However, they are the official published approaches. Most of the time, they're not used because, as I just said, air traffic control at the moment would have told us to descend to a lower altitude. We're just maintaining 9,000 feet at chase because that's the published approach. QNH Willie, transition altitude 6,000, and it is QNH is 1000. QNH 1000. Raphael Lap, when do we arrive? Probably in about 15 minutes. Are we going to Thailand? Absolutely not. So once we pass Chase, we will start our descent down to platform altitude 2,500 feet. HD, if you open up Navigraph, I know you have real charts, but if you open up Navigraph, I think all the charts are there waiting for you. No weather add-on. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator default. Okay, so let's go standard pressure and set that to not standard pressure, local pressure. Set that to 1,000, and we're now going to start our descent. We'll also start to slow the aircraft down. Oh, and there's the aeroplane doing what I said it was going to do. Trying to go direct. So we are actually, if you're looking at the bottom, we're actually bang in line now with the ILS. But as we're going to fly the published approach, with no air traffic control, we're going to make this circle approach to land. Dark Fury, we'll go and buzz the tower. Okay, let's enter the approach phase, if that's not done already, which it is. So wow, look at the clouds. Let's get some spoilers out. So obviously we're still at 6,000 feet. But just look at the winds at the moment. HD, you're now caught up. Fair enough. Yeah, so we're literally going to spin the aircraft around in a minute, fly, as you say, the teardrop approach and come in on the platform altitude of 2,500 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land.
We're doing this in selected heading mode because the manage mode didn't want to play ball.
Any items should be safely stored and remember to turn off all electronic devices.
That's a Microsoft Flight Simulator Flight Plan HD. It's a bit different to real life. Is Birmingham Tower now online? 118.3. Oh, you'll be wondering what on earth we're doing. Do you know what? That means ATIS is probably online. Tell me we're not using runway 22. Runway use is 33. Oh, you're joking. Right, okay. So guys, everything has changed once again. Let's just fly straight and level and get our bearings a minute. This is why I hate it when this happens. That's the only problem with VATSIM. Okay, so at the moment we are to the east of the airfield. Actually, we're probably going to be able to rescue this as we had planned for 3-3 anyway. So the platform altitude is now 2,000 feet at 5.1 miles. Missed approach 3,000 feet. HD, sadly, I don't think they will give you vectors. The tower is literally, they say, cleared to land, cleared for takeoff, and that's it. They won't do vectors. I don't think they're allowed to. Otherwise, of course, in the real world, we would be doing. Let's just quickly re-update the box. So we're back to ILS 33. That's not the runway I want to land with these winds, but no star. Let's just... There we go. Okay, so we're actually flying downwind now, that's fine. Pete, we don't need track FPA, we've got ILS. That's twice in 2 days this has happened, where towers come online at the last minute.
Cabin crew seats for that.
So I'm going to tune to the tower frequency, 118.3. Okay, I'm back to our original MDA of... Where's that gone? Is it 528, isn't it? 528. Flaps 1. Currently 8 miles away. Behind us to the right. There's the glide slope moving. Christian, do you know if that happened? I think I'd just disconnect and land anyway. So those of you that were behind me in the flight, ATC is online and making us use runway 33, which is going to be a crosswind landing and slight tailwind. Blasted Kid, yeah, that's right, ILS 33. Okay, descending now down to 2,500 and making that base turn. Radio altimeter is alive. We did say we were going to use auto brake low for this, didn't we? So let's pop that on. Dockers, you might have been right. We could have asked for permission. But as we were coming down here to make the teardrop approach anyway, we shall continue. Make our turn onto final in a moment. $11 miles out. And we can now switch the approach mode on. Glide slope blue, localizer blue. Nine and a half miles out.
This is Foxtrot Bravo Whiskey 32, request flight level 10.
Don't know who that was. Glide slope is alive. Flaps 2.
Birmingham Tower.
Gear down.
Foxtrot Bravo Whiskey 32, Birmingham Tower, hello.
Lock star.
Yeah, just requested
8 miles
flight
out.
level 10. Foxtrot Bravo Whiskey 32, Roger, stand by 2 seconds. Stand by.
Glide slope captured.
Foxtrot Bravo Whiskey 32, for now, just continue
Oh,
on
my
unit
mouse.
1 decimate, please, thank you.
Because we're bouncing up and down as well, so I keep missing that.
Continue on unit.
Spoilers armed. Flaps 3. Birmingham Tower Easy34 Alpha Mike is establishing 6 miles, runway 33.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike Birmingham Tower, hello, winds are 200 degrees, 13 knots, runway 33, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 33, Easy34 Alpha Mike. Five miles out, so we're now fully configured. Let's go through our landing memo. So cabin is secured for landing. Auto thrust speed, go around altitude 3,000 feet is set. And ECAM memo, no blue. That is a 31 knot crosswind at the moment. You can see the aircraft crabbing away. Willie. Oh, hang on. Air traffic control told us that runway 33 was in use, so we have to go with it, unfortunately. It's only a very slight tailwind now, looking at those winds. Okay, let's see how we get on, shall we? Then hopefully once we're on the ground we'll have a look around.
Today, Birmingham Tower, Easy 1337, established on localizer runway 33. Easy 1337, Birmingham Tower, hello, continue approach runway 33. Continue approach runway 33, Easy 1337.
30, 20, 10, 5,
rolling because the rudder wasn't level as we touched down. Okay, all the way to the end and then vacate to the right. We actually managed to, given the ground effect that we normally get with the rudder on things like that, don't think we controlled that too badly.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Birmingham. The local time
A little bit of rain as well.
Unfortunately, the temperature is currently a very cold 0 degrees Celsius, or 32 Fahrenheit.
That's not right, it's 10 degrees, it's practically summer.
Put it on before exiting the aircraft. Please remain seated until the aircraft arrives at the gate. You are reminded to keep all electronic devices switched off until you have entered the airport terminal. Thank you for flying with
So now with VATSIM we'll be able to follow instructions nice and clearly with the Macco simulation's new taxiway markings. Let's just hold her there and tidy the aircraft up a bit. So, TCAS off, weather radar off, wind shear
Easy
off.
1337, surface wind 200 degrees, 13 knots, runway 33, clear to land. Clear land, runway 33, easy 1337.
Good luck.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, welcome to Birmingham, taxi Alpha Delta Echo and Whiskey to stand 41 centre.
Taxi via Alpha Delta Echo Whiskey for 41 Centre. Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Alright guys, so whilst I quickly have a look where we're going. Let's see, Alpha Delta Echo and Whiskey. That's straightforward for parking stand 41 Centre. Which is, oh I see. All right, okay guys. So the giveaway, which we will do the draw for in a few minutes once we've taxied. If you want to be part of the giveaway, what I would like you to do now is in the chat room, just type in Birmingham for me. Type in Birmingham to be eligible with a chance of winning this wonderful airport, which we'll have a view of in a minute. Look at the banking there. That's excellent. So, get Birmingham written in the chat if you want to be in with a chance of winning. You need to be active in the chat to be in with a chance of winning. If everyone floods the chat with Birmingham, good, 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 good. That's what I want to see. Doesn't matter if you write it once, twice, 10 times. It doesn't matter. It doesn't give you a better chance of winning. As long as you're active in the chat. That's the main thing. Type in Birmingham. We'll do the draw once we've shut down the engines. We'll take the drone around as well. HD East Midlands. Well, at least you didn't go for Coventry.
Birmingham Tower, Seabird 464 Charlie, established runway 33.
Not the best weather, is it?
Seabird 464 Charlie, hello Birmingham Tower, surface winds are 200 degrees at 13 knots, runway 33, clear to land.
East Wesley, I've no idea.
33, Seabird 42.
Good luck to Nick, who's about to make that crosswind landing.
1337, hello, welcome to Birmingham Taxi Alpha Delta Echo and Whiskey for stand 42 centre. Taxi Echo Delta Whiskey, easy 1337, and what was the stand?
Alright, so here's our first look then at
center.
the new Birmingham airport.
42 center, easy 1337.
So we take a left up here. A slight left, not a hard left. This is on to Delta. Self-loading cargo says the touchdown rate for that was actually 201 feet per minute, which I will take. And then we bear right just here onto Echo. So here is Echo, and in a moment, let's have a look at these signs, shall we? I'm also watching Nick on his final approach there. Can you see him? Remember guys, if you haven't already, type in Birmingham for being in with a chance of winning. So I've just halted here to have a look. There we go, we've got correct signs, which is wonderful when flying here on VATSIM. So now, let's see if we've also got parking stand signs. 41 centre we are aiming for. Make a left turn here. HD, that is a very good question. Possibly not. It is now. So there's 42 left. Excellent. Look at this. We've got actual parking stands on the taxiway, which is always nice. We'll just ingest that little van there. One left. Oh, look at this. I do like detailed airports. And here's 41 centre. Taxi light going off. If HD had a PC, I would give him a copy myself. It makes it so much more immersive, doesn't it, when you've got high detailed airports. There we go. Alright, wonderful. So we have a little look around as well. The parking system that I could see is not operational. That just looks like a GIF or JPEG image, but who cares? It looks so much better. Alright. APU is now running, so let's shut those engines down. Shutting down engine 1. Shutting down engine 2.
Welcome to Birmingham. Continue taxi Alpha Delta Echo and Yankee 4 stand 5.
We'll get the drone can out as well in a moment.
Echo Yankee for stand 5.
Just waiting for those N1s to drop. There we go. So we can turn the beacon light off. Seatbelt signs coming off. Which lights were on? I thought I'd turn those off. There we go. Let's get the jetway.
Birmingham ground Easy Echo Zulu Yankee Tree 4 Alpha Mike, could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
Here it comes.
Easy Echo Zulu Yankee Tree 4 Alpha Mike, the jetway is going to be connected.
And should have the power supply as well.
Easy Echo Zulu Yankee Tree 4 Alpha Mike, could you please send a ground power unit?
Easy Echo Zulu Yankee Tree 4 Alpha Mike.
London Luton scenery. Have not seen that one. Macro simulations, you're working on the safe dock. That's good to know. Okay, so we're going to get the drone cam out and then we're going to do the giveaway. Just a reminder, make sure you've typed in Birmingham in the chat. If you haven't already, this is your last warning.
Birmingham ground Easy Echo Zulu Yankee Tree 4 Alpha Mike, could you please send a ground power unit?
Easy Echo Zulu Yankee Tree 4 Alpha Mike, a ground power unit is on the road.
Okay, so finally, just because we're actually still on VATSIM, let me just pop that onto standby. There we go. That's right, Dockers. If you've done it once, you can do it 10 times. Won't make any difference to your success chances. Alright, so those passengers are deboarding. We'll give them a quick message to say thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen from the cockpit once again, we apologise for the slight delay in getting you
destination, but you are now free to deboard, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.
Is that Nick that's just come in next to us? North Sea Airport. Have you ever landed there, HD? It's got a wonderfully long runway. Alright, let's take the drone for a spin. And we'll do a giveaway as well. So Macco Simulations, I know you're here in the chat with us, which is great to have you here. If you want to tell people anything about it. Unfortunately, I'm not actually familiar with this airfield in terms of what it's like in real life, although I have flown from here once. However, it was early morning, incredibly foggy, we couldn't see anything. The good thing to remember as well, guys, is if you win this copy, or, of course, if you go and purchase this afterwards, updates which are coming you will get for life as the airport develops. So, great value. Great value. So, Macco Simulations, if you want to add anything to that, please do feel free. Alright, guys, we're ready to do the giveaway. Hopefully this will work. Hopefully this will work. We've got Nightbot doing this. If not, I do have a backup. Alright, so just getting this done, and so Nick, you're currently at the moment, you're obviously on default scenery, aren't you? And it looked really, really good as we were approaching, which is nice. Once I'm going to clear VATSIM, I will improve the weather as well. In fact, you know what? Let's do that. Let's just clear the weather. Let's disconnect from VATSIM. So, goodbye, Nick. Your aircraft is about to disappear. So, I've just come off VATSIM. Let's have a little play with the weather. I'm also going to get rid of self-loading cargo music and the Hoover that usually starts. So, let's just go with clear skies. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Okay, guys. And the winner, hopefully you're still in the chat and you've not missed it. So the winner of this is Eddie Reese. Eddie, are you around? Drop us a message, Eddie Reese. Have to let us know if there, or we have to give it away again. See if we can find you, Eddie. I could also drop you a message on YouTube as well if needed. Is he still with us? Eddie Reese! Me! Oh shoot! Yes, that's you! Where are you? Come on, Eddie! Drop us a message in the chat on YouTube if you're there, please. He has just messaged me actually on through Nightbot. Where are you? So Eddie, you're there. Thank you very much, Eddie. Can you please drop me your email address? I will then give your information to Macco Simulations and they will email you with your code to download the new Birmingham airport. So Eddie is messaging me privately, guys, so that's fine. He is here. Wow, this looks great. Unfortunately, I wish it wasn't dark when I'd have flown here. I'd been able to see where it was we came in. Christian, that's a good point. If the stream is delayed, that's potentially why. So Eddie Reese, if you can please get in touch with me and let me know your email address so we can get you your prize. This does look nice. This looks really nice. So we're going to have to do some more flight. The next flight, of course, we'll have to do from Birmingham. That said, we have a very special flight coming up. That's all I can say at the moment. If you are one of the contributors and donators to the stream, check out the Discord server. I'll pop some information in there. But I am looking forward to doing a special delivery flight. Will be coming soon. Eddie Reese says he's never won anything in my life. Well, unless you let me have your email address, you won't win this one, because I won't be able to gift it to you. Nick says I need to get this because the default is nasty. Fair point. Fair point. It looks great. This. It really does look good. Darth Duck, when will the Australian flights start? Well, we are going to deliver an Airbus from Hanover down to Australia over several long-haul mileage Monday flights. So that is in the pipeline. Eddie, are you in the Discord server? If so, you can message me privately on there, or you can just or you can email me as well. My email details are on the About page. In fact, so Eddie, you can either get in touch with me on the Discord, or drop me an email to easyjetsimpilot@gmail.com. So if you want to drop me a message there, Eddie, I will pop you in touch with Macco Simulations, who will give you your free version of this rather spectacular looking airport. Something I would highly recommend then is you could take a small private aircraft now from Manchester, if you've got the Macco Simulations of Manchester, and bring it down to here to Birmingham. That would be a beautiful flight with 2 detailed airports as well. Eddie, you're going to email? That's great. Thank you very much. So yeah, drop us an email to that address and I'll be sure to pass that on. What really impresses me with these detailed airports is things like all the details you've got, all the extra buildings, all the cars, all the other static objects that are involved. And I seem to get absolutely no frame rate hits whatsoever. You guys saw the weather that we just landed at, which normally would have crumpled this machine in FSX. So, kudos to Macco for making it accessible to all, even on my modest PC. Okay guys, so the next live stream flight will be tomorrow, and of course we shall be leaving this wonderful looking airfield. This is where we've left the aircraft, so most likely we'll be leaving Birmingham for another flight tomorrow. Do join me for that. Get yourself on the Discord server as well. You can chat with us all on there for support, and of course chatting with people that are in our Easyjetsimpilot community, which is growing daily. Thank you very much for that. Big thank you to all the subscribers of the channel. Huge thank you to the donators and contributors to the channel. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next live stream. Hope you've enjoyed this flight today to Macco Simulations Birmingham, and I'm off now for a big heavy debrief with HD when I found my helmet. Bye bye guys, see you all soon.